Hello, and welcome to Olin Library's tutorial on Statista, our market research platform. I'm Professor Blake Robinson, Business Librarian at Olin Library. I'm interested in learning about Apple laptops today, so I'm going to go ahead and search for that. So that brings us over 1,000 results, which is way too many. I'd like to look at Apple laptop owners in the United States specifically. So I'm using these filters on the right-hand side, clicking on the region, North America, country, United States. But if I'm ever doing research on countries outside US and North America, Statista has a ton of information on international marketing and business, so it's great for that. So that brings us back to 109 results, which is a lot more manageable than over 1,000. If we want to narrow things down even more, we can do that by publication date. I'm going to declick all this, click on 2025, and that gives us 25 results, or 26 results rather. And keep in mind, just because a statistic is a little bit older doesn't mean it doesn't have value. If you want to see how brand sentiment has changed over time, it can be valuable to look at those brand statistics over time. So don't count them out. So there's many different kinds of information products on Statista. Let's start with the most basic, the statistic, or the forecast if it's future looking. We'll click on Laptop Ownership by Brand in the US 2025. And this data collection started in 2024, so it was a forecast starting even then. That's why we call it a forecast here. So when you're looking at a statistic or forecast like this, the building block of Statista, you can look at the responses in a nice chart or graph. You can expand the statistic. You can look at the details. You can see who the source of the statistic is. In this case, Statista itself collected the data. You can download these as a PDF, Excel data, image file, PowerPoint, and use them in your assignments with proper attribution. And Statista has a little bit more information about what this statistic is and what it means, why it's important. In this case, 28% of the over 9,000 respondents have an Apple or Mac laptop at home, which is pretty great for Apple. Let's move on to the other very common type of information product, which is called the report. This is basically a compilation of individual statistics with some analysis and insight included. These usually come to you as either, usually PDFs. I've already got one loaded up, so let's go ahead and do that. And this is about Apple and Mac owners in the US. And I would be reading this if I were interested more in this consumer profile, this particular consumer demographic, if I wanted to sell things to people who were Mac owners, knowing more about their preferences, lifestyle habits. And so it tells you about the scope of the survey. And other things about Apple and Mac ownership, including demographic profile and consumer lifestyles and other things of that nature. So this can be very handy for marketing purposes, but Statista is also great for entrepreneurship and economic research. If you have any questions, you can email me at barobinson@rollins.edu. Thank you.